Bonjour, c'est Clara, French in the Midlands. Today's lesson is about how to learn French with building blocks. And that's exactly the method I use in my Parler Français method level 1, which I'll talk to you about in a little bit. First of all, let's have a look at what a building block actually is. It's a unit of language that you memorize as is, and that you can easily reuse in different sentences. For instance, have you ever heard of the expression je suis en train de, followed by a verb? It means I am in the process of doing something. For instance, je suis en train de manger is I am eating. Of course, you could have said je mange, but je suis en train de insists on the fact that you're doing it right now. Je suis en train de travailler would be I am working. I'm working right now. Je suis en train de regarder la télé. I'm watching TV right now. It's a useful one for when you're being interrupted, for instance. So this is to show you that in my method, you start by learning the je form because it's the one you're going to use the most in real life in conversation. Once you've mastered the je form, then you can move on. Next, you can use the same building block, but change the form to on, for instance. So on is the we, but it's the spoken we. It's the one you will use with everyday conversation with people. If you're in any official role, then you will revert to nous, because it's more formal. If you need to write French, you will go back to nous. But spoken French is using on 90% of the time. On est en train de, instead of je suis, used on est. So same thing, on est en train de manger. We're eating right now. On est en train de travailler. We're working right now. On est en train de regarder la télé. We're watching TV right now. Then you could introduce a new one, such as the tu form, the vous form, etc. That's how you will learn more effectively. Before we move on to our practice, I just want to say that building blocks are the key to speaking French fast from the beginning, whether you're a beginner, level A1, or intermediate, level B1. A lot of intermediate students can't really string sentences together very easily, even though they have a lot of knowledge of the language. And this is why I created this course. You string sentences together all the time, and you practice, practice, and practice. So the level 1 concentrates on the structure of the language and the je form of many verbs. You can click the link in the description to learn more about it. Now for our first practice, I chose a very easy block, which is c'est. It is. Easy sentence, c'est impossible. It's impossible. Of course, just like in English, if you want to say it's possible, you'll say c'est possible. C'est trop facile. It's too easy. C'est très drôle. It's very funny. C'est très drôle. Building block number 2. Il y a. There is or there are. Il y a un trou dans mon pantalon. Il y a un trou dans mon pantalon. There is a hole in my trousers. Notice in French we say my trouser. It's one garment. Il y a 5 voitures devant la maison. Il y a 5 voitures devant la maison. There are 5 cars in front of the house. Il y a un chat dans le jardin. Il y a un chat dans le jardin. There is a cat in the garden. Your third building block is also extremely useful. It's je viens de. I have just. Do not try to translate it by j'ai juste. That doesn't exist. Okay, it's je viens de. That's the immediate past. Je viens de finir mon rapport. Je viens de finir mon rapport. I have just finished my report. You see how the je viens de already contains the idea of the past, therefore finir is left as is. That's why I love this one. It's really useful and it's simple to use as well. Je viens de partir. Je viens de partir. I have just left. You could have said je viens juste de partir. Sometimes we add the juste, but you don't need it because je viens de already contains the idea of just. Je viens de faire les courses. Je viens de faire les courses. I have just done the shopping. Building block number 4. Another really useful one. Je vais. I'm going to. You can use je vais just like in English for the present tense. I'm going to the cinema. Or something you're going to do in the immediate future. Je vais aller au cinéma. I'm going to go to the cinema. It's very versatile. Je vais acheter une nouvelle voiture. Je vais acheter une nouvelle voiture. I'm going to buy a new car. Here it's the immediate future. You're going to do it. Je vais au cinéma ce soir. Je vais au cinéma ce soir. I'm going to the cinema tonight. Here, just like English, we use the present tense to talk about something you're going to do shortly. You could very well have said, je vais aller au cinéma ce soir. I'm going to go to the cinema tonight, but you don't really need it. Je vais aller au supermarché demain. Je vais aller au supermarché demain. I'm going to go to the supermarket tomorrow. Building block number 5. Je pense que. I think that. This is used every time you give your opinion about something, and the que is compulsory. You cannot say je pense and then leave it at that, because it's incomplete. I know in English you can leave the that, you never say it. You don't say I think that it's true, but in French we do. The que is non-negotiable. Je pense que le chien a déjà mangé. Je pense que le chien a déjà mangé. I think the dog has already eaten. Or I think that the dog has already eaten. Je pense que c'est vrai. Je pense que c'est vrai. I think that it's true. Je pense qu'elle préfère la glace au chocolat. Je pense qu'elle préfère la glace au chocolat. I think she prefers chocolate ice cream. And that's it for now. Please give me a like if you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. À bientôt!